Thanks for joining me. I'm glad you're here. My name is Jerrel. I develop games for a living. I'm a solo game developer. Today I want to discuss the game that made me want to become a game developer. If you yourself are interested in game development, or if you are currently working in game development, I want you to think about the game that made you want to become a game developer. And I'd like to hear from you in the comments. I enjoy corresponding with you guys. So that game that made me want to become a game developer is Breath of Fire on the Super Nintendo. And this is a physical cartridge. This is something that old people had a long time ago. We don't really have it these days because big multi-billion-dollar corporations just want to steamroll you and make you pay whatever they want without any kind of competition, and people just kind of bend over and take it. So Breath of Fire to me was such a different game. Up until that point, I hadn't played any other JRPG. I had played The Legend of Zelda, and I also grew up with E.T. on the Atari 2600. I was playing games like Super Mario Bros., right? So this was the first game that I played where I saw the inner workings of the mechanics of the game. You can pick up equipment and store it in your inventory, and when you equip a weapon or armor or hat to a character, you can see the numbers and how it affects the character's performance, and then you go into battle and then you see the effect that that equipment has on your character. And that was so interesting to me because to me it gave a sense of infinity. And I want to create more videos here to help teach you guys not just game design, but game design philosophy, game development techniques, and things to consider. When it comes to game philosophy, there's something I always consider, and that is the infinity factor. How does the game present its content in a way that makes you feel like the world itself is potentially infinite? How does it make you feel like the content is potentially infinite? And this game had a very strong infinity factor because the way that you kept picking up items as you progress through the game, your progress through the story, through the game, is directly tied to the story, to the characters, and the sense of infinity. Because as you progressed, you picked up more items, and it built a sense of, whoa, how many things are there in this game? There could be countless things. There could be infinite things. And it is something that isn't exactly tangible. You can't just turn up a dial and say, oh, the game has more infinity factor. There's something very organic about it. And it is something that generally is missing from the vast majority of AAA games these days, because AAA games just focus on having overwhelmingly complex graphics. Ooh, you can see the pores on this character, but when you do that, that means your developers are hyper-focusing on just visual fidelity. So visual fidelity is quantity. It is not quality. And it's important to consider when developing your game is that you only have a limited attention span as a developer, and you either focus on quality or you focus on quantity, or you hit a balancing point. But people that just push for quantity, like, oh, more graphics, those games tend to be the most boring and the most plain, because again, developers have a limited attention span. They can only focus so much on one thing. What I really enjoyed about Breath of Fire was, as you progress through the game, you picked up new characters, and that built the sense of infinity. It built the infinity factor. And it was so exciting to see what the characters do, how they mechanically behave differently in battle. And up until that point, I had never played a game where you can recruit more characters to your party. I was accustomed to games where you control one character. So this was very exciting to me. It was so cool that as your character walked around the screen, the whole party followed along and you saw the party on the screen. The music itself was just transfixing to me. I really enjoyed it. It's by Yoko Shimomura. The music sticks with me even to this day. Really fantastic. I really enjoy the SNES sound chip. Something that really influenced me, not just in game development, but how I live my life, is this idea of adventuring around and then just making friends with random people. That's what I saw in Breath of Fire. And I'm not sure if people want to hear about me just going on adventures and road trips without a plan, just going somewhere and then just befriending anyone I meet and then making friends and going on adventures with those people. I don't know if anyone wants to hear about that. I don't know. Let me know if you want to hear about that. I could make an episode talking about that. But that's one of my favorite things in the world. And I don't think I would have turned out that way as an adult if I had not played Breath of Fire, because these days I do. I get in my car, I go, I'll find small towns and go to saloons and campsites and little towns and just meet people and hang out and just befriend anyone that I meet. And it's true, I will say, hey, do you want to go on an adventure with me? You know, and people say, oh, sure, yeah, you know, because nobody would ever really say that. But, you know, you can have so much fun with real people. And that's something that I learned from Breath of Fire. So that feeling of adventure, that feeling that you have a connection to the world is what I always keep in mind with my game design philosophy. When I'm conceptualizing my games, when I'm building them, the feeling that Breath of Fire gave me, the feeling of adventure, of infinity, of togetherness with the world, of having connection, of making friends, that is what influenced me most. And it sticks with me with my game philosophy when I'm creating my games. You know, I've shipped around 14 titles in the past 6 years. I have the Silver Falls series, Clasher Ball, which is a puzzle series. I recently launched The Hero of Destiny Was Killed by the Final Boss. That's on sale on Steam right now, and I think it goes on sale on the Switch eShop for 30% off, I think next week, something like that. And with my upcoming games, I still keep that in mind, is you have this connection to the world. I want you to feel like you belong there and that exploring is rewarding. The more that you look into this world, the more that you explore. So that's how Breath of Fire influenced me. It was so exciting when I was younger to discover that there was a Breath of Fire 2. And man, the music, the world, the characters, the vibrant sense of life and soul in these games, you just feel like you want to be in that world. It's exciting to be there. So that is what I keep with me when I'm developing games. And I'm interested in hearing from you guys, what game inspired you to become a game developer? I'm interested because there are a lot of people working in the industry right now that it seems like they would not be able to answer this question very clearly or immediately, because there are a lot of people working in this industry today that were hired for reasons other than being passionate about games, about loving games and wanting to bring an incredible experience to other people. For me, I want to create art. I want to create something that is interesting and fun for people. I want to give people something to believe in, because at the end of the day, that is what games are. It's an art form. It's an entertainment medium. It's a recreational item. It's basically a toy, right? But that doesn't mean that it cannot also be art and that it cannot inspire. For me, games are art. They are a way to push yourself as an artist, a musician, a writer, as someone that's able to conceptualize a new idea mechanically that hasn't been done before, and to turn it into a functional product and to give that to someone, and for someone to just enjoy it so much that they would be inspired, that they would become a musician or an artist or a writer. And I hope with my work I'm able to do that. I'm able to inspire the next generation, that people will experience my work and they'll think, man, I also want to create art. Because I was very young when I played Breath of Fire, and I actively said, when I grow up, I want to make games like this. I felt so inspired by this. I felt a sense of life and adventure and excitement, and I wanted to bring that to other people. I wanted to bring that feeling of adventure and excitement to other people. And I've been living my life, going on adventures, and I feel like I'm at a point where I can really bring the experiences that I've had and the adventures that I've had can fuel my creative work, and I can put that in my work, and I can share that with people, and then other people might play my work and go, oh, I want to go on adventures too. This seems really awesome. I want to meet people and make friends. So anyway, that's Breath of Fire for me. This is the most important game to me, is Breath of Fire. It's on a physical cartridge. I'll always have a copy of it. It's pretty neat. Take care of yourselves, everyone. I'm interested in hearing from you. If you're a big Breath of Fire fan, let me know. Take care of yourselves. Be well. I'll see you around.